Overstimulated and disconnected. Dr. Robert Cassar, eartheracademy.com. Yes, we are. We are overstimulated and we are so severely disconnected. So what are we overstimulated with? Think about it. You're overstimulated with the news, the fake news, the real news. Well, just you're overstimulated with maybe heavy metals, RF frequencies, social engineering. You're overstimulated, well, maybe in other ways that maybe you're overstimulating yourself to work, to play around with, well, sexuality, overstimulating yourself with chemicals, overstimulating yourself with, well, the friendly pharmaceuticals, overstimulating yourself with alcohol, cigarettes, anything, even ye old cannabis. So what does overstimulating do? We're overstimulated, and what it does is it disconnects us from who we are. Because when you're overstimulated, what happens is your system's imbalanced. You could be overstimulated in testosterone, overstimulated from, well, eating too many phytoestrogenic plants. So maybe you now are overstimulated in estrogen. And of course, this disconnect is a whole different, you can call, layer disconnection of, well, once you're full of heavy metals, once you're full of different types of disconnects like paging, messaging, talking on the phone, watching television, your computer. Okay, this is a disconnecting of your system. So anyways, disconnecting is something that the system really wants us to be, disconnected from reality. Okay, and what is that? What is real? Are you connected with reality? Remember, I'm driving sideways right now because I'm in Hawaii and I'm supposed to be right around the side of the ball. Does that make sense to your reality? It's raining right now. My tires are gripping really good to the ground here. Okay, remember, what is real? What is reality? So when we're overstimulated, what happens is we become confused. And once we're confused, then, well, it's really easy to control the mind. Okay, controlling the mind is very simple when you confuse it. It doesn't know what to do. It does need a choice. Okay, you do need a choice, Democrat, Republican, you do need a choice, love or hate, gay or straight, you do need a choice, okay, to have purpose or just, well, no purpose. So anyways, this idea of overstimulating ourselves with eating too many, well, forget about chemicals, xenoestrogens, forget about oxalates. How about overstimulating yourself with just plants in general? Remember, plants are medicine, okay? They are chiefly for detoxification and for cleansing. That's what they're for. They do have pharmaceutical qualities. They do have medicinal qualities, and they do have some minimal nutritional qualities. Not because the plants don't have nutrition in them, it's because the bioavailability of these plants make it so, well, we can't absorb them too easily. So when we get overstimulated with things that we put in our mouth and we can't absorb them, then we get disconnected from, well, a deeper layer within ourselves, because we start now having deficiencies. So anyways, this leads into the hamster wheel of disconnection. Are you disconnected? How do you know if you're disconnected? Do you live in the city? Well, that means you're disconnected from nature, because there isn't any nature in the city, is there? No, that's the man-made world. And the man-made world is a cool world, let me tell you. You already know that. It's got lots of cool noises, beep, 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 beep. It's got a lot of humming of engines, brrr, okay, whatever it is. It's got a lot of people. It's got a lot of things. But if you really want to see, you know, the connection that you have, remember, you are an earth steward, and that means that you sort of take care of the earth. And if you live in the city, well, you really don't take care of the earth. The city takes care of you. Yes, it does, and it disconnects you from reality of nature, the reality of the birds, the bees, the whales, the snails, the reality of, well, the miracle of life, just the miracle that nature gives us. It reminds us of the miracle. The city doesn't remind me of the miracle. All it does is remind me of, well, the devil's playground. And the devil's playground is what? Think of it. That's because it's got massage parlors on every corner, pharmaceutical warehouses, drugs on every corner, alcohol on every corner. You can get anything you want in Satan's playground. And what do you do in the city? You disconnect yourself from really having morals and ethics, is because that's what the city does to you, especially when you're swimming in well, you can call it biological energies, which is all the energy that flies through the air. They call it sometimes the prince of the air. Remember, the devil's playground. Satan's in your phone. The devil's in your phone. The devil's in the air. Satan's in your air. Why is that? It's because it's the wireless, right? So I'm on my phone now, but it's on airplane mode. Okay, and I'll go ahead and download it on my hardwired computer, and we'll go ahead and connect it, not disconnect it, but connect it into the world of, well, overstimulation. Remember, you're told from an early age on how to act, how to dress, how to even comb your hair. Now you're being pushed into actually, well, making up whatever gender you want to, and maybe even changing your biology, if you can. It sounds maybe you can, but then again, that's another story. So the disconnect really is that we, okay, lose our connection to everything when we become overstimulated. And you can get overstimulated, like I said, by a lot of things. Drinking coffee all bloody day, drinking all day long. You can get overstimulated, like I said, even running too much. You're overstimulating yourself. You're assaulting it after you overstimulate it. So I overstimulated my body with 15 years of plants, basically. And I got oxalate poisoning, lectin irritation, and what is that? That's intestinal irritation. All different types of autoimmune things coming up into your system. Not getting sick, but feeling sick. Not getting a cold, but feeling old. Okay? Those types of things. So I'm on right now, 6 months into refeeding myself, and I've removed as many inflammatory things I could get out of my diet so I could lose the inflammation that I was massively accumulating. Massively. So anyways, we'll go over those in other videos, but overstimulation of anything leads to disconnection of a lot of things. Remember, you only have so much time. Balance is everything, and if you're overstimulated, you are out of balance. Yes, you are. You're overstimulated, you're out of balance, and when you're out of balance, that means you're disconnected from the whole, at least consciously, even though you're collectively with the whole. Okay? Subjectively, well, your mind is in another world. Remember, we're all dreaming our story, and we're all playing the game of life. But there is a revealing right now, and that is that there's a lot of different ideas, concepts, disciplines, understandings in the areas of all, well, you can say layers of the matrix. How much can you handle? Are you going to get overstimulated by hearing the truth and nothing but the truth? Can you handle the truth? Do you have critical thinking to solve the question? Remember, what is the matrix? What is the matrix? That's the question at hand. So watch the movie The Matrix again, just so you can go ahead and see that it's got lots of similarities to the reality that we, well, cannot see, we cannot hear, we cannot touch or experience. Remember, the Matrix has you. You don't think so? Then put your phone down for a couple days. The Matrix has you. Okay? Shut your television off for a couple of days. The Matrix has you. Disconnect from the computer, from the AI interface. Remember, the Matrix has you. It has you mind controlled all day, overstimulated by looking into the blue light. And the blue light, the spell, okay? Remember the spell, the devil's in the air, the devil's in your computer. Remember the devil and Satan, all different names, just, well, Satan's in your computer, and that's the mind control. The prince of the air, remember, is Satan. And so when you're looking at all of these AI, fake, blue light, okay, they're backlit energy. It's not real, but it looks real. It's actually better than real, right? Because that technology stimulates your dopamine. It stimulates the way you feel. And it destimulates and disconnects you on the way you may want to feel. But after a while, remember, it's slow kill. You don't realize, because you don't have your real eyes. You don't hear with your real ears. And over a while, silent assimilation starts taking you down. Remember, the disconnect is the overstimulation of these bloody smart devices. Okay? The overstimulation of your body in Wi-Fi, the overstimulation of yourself in stressful situations. And not physical stressful, and you know, here we're just talking mental, emotional, stressful situations. This is a physical world, and the world of form demands at this time for you to maybe look at form instead of look at the illusion. The illusion's on your phone. The illusion's on your computer. The illusion is in your television. Television. Tell-a-vision. It's because it's a good vision. And it's got lots of programs and lots of channels to change your mood, to change the way your mind thinks, and to put you in a certain type of trance, because that's what tell-a-vision does. It's a beautiful thing. Television, remember, is one of the best babysitters we own. It babysits everybody's mind. Makes you sit in a chair, makes you stare at constantly of different commercials firing at you. Remember, stimulation, buy this, do that, politics, just war, famine, drought, all of the things that are coming to us 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, and you see most people, I see, are cracking up. They can't handle the overstimulation, and if you want to feel better, then go back in nature, disconnect from the world. That's right, it's an opposite disconnection. Disconnect from the world of this wireless world and go into the natural world, okay, which a lot of people, well, that understand the forest will want to go into what's called Sophia's natural forest, which Sophia is the forest. The children of the forest are, of course, all the creatures that live in Sophia's canopy, in Sophia's house, the trees, the forest. So when you go into these natural places, they just remodulate your energy, and that's the best thing that you could do to start to go ahead and feel connected again. So make sure you get out in nature. Don't get stuck in the city all the time. I'm in the city right now. I'm going to work out. That's it. Going to get a few things to eat, okay, to bring home for a few days, and I'm going home back to nature. So again, if you can get away from all this wireless. And if you go in nature, shut off your bloody phone. You don't need it on. I'm going to go to the gym right now, like I said, and I'm going to laugh, is because half the people are messing around with their phones is because they're under the spell. You can't leave your phone in the car. Okay? You don't need to keep on looking in between sets on your phone. You just don't. Okay, anyways. Disconnection is real. All you got to do is, like I said, go to the city and you can see all the people disconnected. Look at, I'm watching people right now. They got all their bloody cell phones in their hands and they're walking across. They're walking across the crosswalk and they're not even looking. No, all they're doing is, yeah, they're just looking at their phones. Okay, anyways, don't get overstimulated, guys, because if you are, all I can tell you is that you will be disconnected, and that makes you feel like you are disconnected. And that's not a good feeling. Okay, we've got the traffic here today. All right, guys, we'll see you on the next video. Yeah, I was going to say something else, but otherwise, you know me. I can keep on going. All right, we'll see you guys. Aloha. That's it.